Hey folks, it's Clark Green from ScoutmasterCG.com. For the past day or so, I've been having a lot of fun. I've been playing around with a satellite phone. Yes, a satellite phone. How about that? Sent to me courtesy of the folks at Mobile.com. They rent satellite phones, and we use a satellite phone every time we go up into Canada for a week-long canoe trip. We're well beyond cell phone towers and everything like that, and we need some kind of emergency communication device. Satellite phone is the way to go. I want to be able to talk to somebody and not just send them a message or a beacon or something like that. And although we've never had to use it, it's been a great reassurance to us that we have it there. So there's a few things you need to understand about using a satellite phone in the wilderness that are not readily apparent. First off, one is that you'll need a clear line of sight in order to use the phone. And when we demonstrate how to use it later, you'll see exactly how that works. You can't stand in the middle of a forest or something like that. You basically need an open sky. Not too hard to do in a canoe. Go a few feet offshore and you're good to go. There's no 911 service on a satellite phone. So you have to make sure you know how to get in touch with first responders. And you need to have that number. For where we go in Ontario, we need the number of the Ontario Provincial Police. So we make sure that we have that. We write it down, we program it into the phone, and if we should ever need it, it's going to be right there. The whole thing with renting a phone is you're going to go online and you're going to, find a dozen different people who rent satellite phones. There's a lot of hidden costs involved, and I can tell you this because I know for sure that this is true. We've tried other companies, and they're not really forthcoming with some of the costs, chiefly shipping. We get the phone the day before we go. It gets FedEx to my house. We take it with us. They give us a shipping label. We FedEx it back before we get home, and it's easy. Now, Mobile pays both ways shipping as a part of the cost of renting the phone. That's a pretty good deal. It'll cost us about $160 to rent the phone for 10 days and to have it up there. It's $12 a day for the phone and $42 for insurance for the phone. These things cost about $1,000 a piece. So insurance is cheap at $42 for the week. We want to make sure that we keep the phone in a good, dry, hard case, and we keep it out of the water and the rain and things like that. It's a reasonably sensitive piece of equipment, and it's expensive. Let's see what they send in the kit. Okay, there's the manual. There is this is something that Mobile sends, and it's really, really handy. It's laminated. It's got a little ring on it here, and this is how to use the phone. It's just kind of like the very simple guide on how to use the phone. You'll see when we demonstrate the phone, it's not that difficult to use at all. They were good enough to send a data kit along. Well, let's hold it right side up, shall we? The data kit is to hook up to a laptop or something like that, and you be able to access the internet over the phone. Beyond the scope of what we're going to do, so we're not going to be taking the data kit with us. In the case, you see the case? It's just a little carry case. It's got the Mobile name on it and everything. In the case, let's see what we have. There's international plug adapters. There is a car charger. Okay. There is a car antenna, a magnetic sat phone antenna, and you could use this if you need to use the sat phone in a vehicle. And there is the ubiquitous wall charger. Also, one thing that Mobile includes that some people want you to pay extra for is a second battery for the phone. And having a second battery is pretty important on a wilderness trip. You want to make sure that both the batteries, the one in the phone and your spare, are well charged before you go out. And there's the phone itself. So this is the Iridium 9555 sat phone. It's in a case, so let's get it out of the case here and get a look at the phone. What does it remind you of? Does it remind you of 1997, 95, right? Kind of a big brick of a phone, but it talks to satellites. That's pretty cool. it's not too unfamiliar. It has all the same features as a cell phone, the same charging ports and stuff like that. So, and it's pretty easy to use. It has a big honking antenna, but you need that because you're talking to a satellite. So, hey, I'll tell you what. Let's take it outside and let's try using it out. So this is really simple. We extend the antenna. We turn the phone on. There's battery right here, or a button right here on the top where you turn the phone on. It'll take a couple of seconds. Got to hold the button down, and then the phone comes on. You get a little animation of a satellite. That's kind of cool. This is really visible even in this direct sunlight. And there's a couple of spots on my camera, by the way. Sorry about that. So what happens now is the phone is searching for a satellite. And it doesn't take too long. Once it says registered, it's found a satellite. It's time to dial the number. So we'll dial a number in here. This is the mobile folks' number. This is like their customer service number or something. So we'll dial that in and go ahead and hit the green button just like you would on any phone. And we'll see how long it takes to make the call connection. Not too bad so far. Getting a little antsy now. There we go. Hey, it made the connection. And it did that pretty quickly. So, not too much different than a cell phone. And we'll end the call. We'll turn the phone off and head back inside. How about that? Not a bad piece of gear. See, it's pretty easy, right? The one thing you'll find with satellite phones, I'm told, I haven't used one a great deal and had long conversations, but occasionally they will drop calls. Your iPhone will do that, right? But you may find that a little aggravating or frustrating, but it's talking to satellites. Satellites move around, and you may drop a call now and again more regularly than you would if you were just working with a cell phone. But I think that's a small aggravation, right? I did record a call on the phone, and let's listen to it real quick and give you an idea of the sound quality.
So I'm calling on the mobile Iridium 9555 phone just to get an idea of what the call quality is.
No, the sound quality is perfectly acceptable. You're talking up to a satellite. You're talking to space, and it's coming back down. And so as long as somebody can understand what you're saying, you can understand what they're saying. Hey, great sound quality as far as I'm concerned. It's mobile.com. They rent the phones. Good folks, very helpful. It's the Iridium. Here we'll take one last look at it. The Iridium 9555. I consider it to be pretty inexpensive insurance for being able to get in touch with emergency services should you need it. So I hope that helps, and we'll see you again soon.